Have you ever felt utterly alone, miles from help, with the weight of the world pressing down? Imagine that isolation amplified, not just by physical distance, but by the silent burden of a past you can't outrun and the relentless threat of those who would strip you of your last shred of peace. That's the reality for Samuel Jenkins, a man forged in the harsh crucible of the American West, a landscape as unforgiving as the hearts of some who inhabit it. His world is one of vast open spaces, where the sun beats down relentlessly and the nights are filled with the chilling howl of the wind. It's a place where secrets are easily buried, and survival is a daily battle fought against the elements and the darker aspects of human nature. Sam is a rancher, a solitary figure who has retreated into the quiet solitude of his land, seeking solace from the ghosts of his past. He's a man weathered by time and hardship, his face etched with the lines of experience and regret. He lives a life of routine, the days bleeding into each other with a monotonous rhythm that offers a semblance of control in a world that often feels chaotic. But this carefully constructed existence is shattered when a violent storm unleashes a torrent of water, revealing a desperate struggle, a plea for help that can't be ignored. In the churning waters of the river, a young Apache boy, Tashonk, fights for his life. He is a survivor, clinging to the edge of existence. After escaping a brutal attack that claimed the lives of his family and the security of his world, Sam, despite his deep-seated desire for isolation, finds himself drawn into a situation that will irrevocably change his life. Driven by a sense of responsibility he can't quite understand, he pulls the boy from the icy grip of the river, bringing him to the safety of his home. But this act of compassion sets in motion a chain of events that will test the limits of their courage and their bond. The hunters are coming. They are driven by a thirst for vengeance and a desire for profit, and they will stop at nothing to claim their prize Tashunk's life. Sam, now the boy's protector, is thrust into a deadly game of cat and mouse, where every shadow holds a threat and every decision carries the weight of life and death. This is not just a story of survival, but a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit, of the unlikely connections that can be forged in the face of adversity, and the potential for redemption even in the darkest of times. Their journey will explore themes of guilt, the search for belonging, and the fight for survival in a world that seems determined to break them. The frontier as a concept transcends mere geographical boundaries. It is a state of mind, a relentless push against the unknown. It is a place where societal structures are often fragile, and the law of the land is frequently overshadowed by the law of the individual. This context is crucial when understanding the perilous situations Sam and Tashunk now face. Building on this, consider the economic forces at play. The American West, in the period that encompasses our narrative, was a land ripe for exploitation. The relentless pursuit of resources, from precious metals to grazing lands, fueled a culture of greed and violence. Bounty hunting, in this climate, wasn't just a profession. It was a lucrative enterprise, often operating with minimal oversight and a high degree of impunity. Consequently, the hunters pursuing Tashunk are not simply motivated by a personal vendetta. They are driven by the promise of reward, a tangible incentive that amplifies their ruthlessness. Furthermore, another crucial layer is the historical context of the Apache people. Their displacement and subjugation by the encroaching tide of westward expansion created deep-seated animosities. The Apache, fiercely independent and masters of their terrain, resisted relentlessly. This resistance, however, was met with brutal suppression, leading to a cycle of violence and mistrust that continues to haunt the narrative. Conversely, the Apache's intimate knowledge of the land, their survival skills, and their cultural resilience provide a crucial counterpoint to the hunter's brute force. Now, consider how this applies when you face a seemingly insurmountable challenge. The hunters, representing relentless forces, embody the external pressures that threaten to overwhelm Sam and Tashunk. They are the embodiment of the frontier's harsh realities. Their presence forces Sam and Tashunk to make difficult choices. In this context, every decision becomes a battle, every step a gamble. The vast, unforgiving landscape, where resources are scarce and danger lurks around every corner, mirrors the internal struggles they face. The interplay of these factors, the frontier's lawlessness, the economic incentives driving the hunters, and the historical context of the Apache creates a complex and dangerous environment. It's a world where the line between right and wrong blurs, and survival depends on cunning, courage, and the willingness to challenge the prevailing norms. Consequently, the bond between Sam and Tashunk is more than just a friendship. It is a defiant act of compassion, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit in the face of overwhelming adversity. Diving deeper, the concept of solitude, so central to Sam's existence, deserves further scrutiny. It's not merely the absence of other people. It's a complex tapestry woven from loss, trauma, and the deliberate construction of emotional walls. His isolation is a shield, a refuge, from a world that once inflicted deep wounds. Furthermore, consider the landscape itself, which acts as a potent character in the narrative. The vast, unforgiving wilderness isn't merely a backdrop. It's an active participant, shaping the character's experiences and influencing their choices. The harsh climate, the scarcity of resources, and the constant threat of danger all contribute to an environment that demands resilience and resourcefulness. The unforgiving terrain mirrors the internal struggles of Sam and Tashunk, reflecting the challenges they face in their respective journeys. Another crucial layer is the dynamic of trust, or rather, the lack thereof. Sam, having closed himself off from human connection, must learn to trust again, not only in others but in himself. This is particularly complicated given Tashunk's vulnerability and the precariousness of their situation. Building on this, however, the very act of helping the Apache boy is an act of defiance against the prevailing prejudices of the time. Now, imagine the weight of carrying another person's life on your shoulders. The stakes are incredibly high, and every decision carries the potential for catastrophic consequences. That hunters represent an unrelenting force, embodying the external threats to Sam and Tashunk's safety, forcing them to make impossible choices. The vast, unforgiving expanse provides little refuge, reflecting the internal struggles they face and the precariousness of their situation. Conversely, Tashunk's perspective offers a different lens through which to view the world. Having experienced profound loss and trauma, he possesses an inherent understanding of survival and resilience. His knowledge of the land, his connection to his heritage, and his unwavering spirit provide a crucial counterpoint to the hunter's brute force and the rancher's isolation. Consequently, the bond they form becomes a defiant act of compassion. The story of Sam and Tashunk transcends the boundaries of a simple adventure narrative. It is a profound exploration of the human condition, a testament to the power of empathy, and a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the capacity for connection and redemption remains. The concept of redemption forms a compelling undercurrent in the narrative, permeating both Sam's and, to a degree, Tashunk's arcs. Sam, weighed down by the specters of his past, views his life through the lens of regret. It's a self-imposed sentence, a penance for actions he can't undo. Furthermore, this pursuit of atonement isn't simply a passive desire, it is an active process, a conscious attempt to counteract the harm he believes he has caused. Building on this, the arrival of Tashunk presents Sam with an unexpected opportunity, a chance to reshape his narrative. He is given the chance to become a protector, a guardian, instead of the man he believes he once was. Consequently, the act of shielding Tashunk becomes a form of absolution, a way to rewrite his own story. Conversely, Tashunk's journey toward healing is also subtly intertwined with this theme. Having endured the horrors of violence and loss, he too needs a path toward recovery. Moreover, the bond he forms with Sam provides a crucial element in his healing process. The rancher's protection, his teachings, and his unwavering presence offer solace amidst a world of brutality. Now, consider how this applies when you face a difficult situation. The hunters represent the external threats that Sam and Tashunk must overcome. They are the embodiment of the frontier's harsh realities and the forces that seek to destroy them. This forces Sam to make difficult choices, including risking his own life. In this context, every decision becomes a battle, every step a gamble. The vast, unforgiving landscape, where resources are scarce and danger lurks around every corner, mirrors the internal struggles they face. Another crucial layer is the dynamic between Sam and Tashunk, a bond forged in adversity. Furthermore, the exploration of guilt and regret is not just a personal struggle, it reflects the broader societal context of the era. The treatment of Native American populations was a dark chapter in American history, filled with injustice, displacement, and violence. Consequently, the narrative serves as a reminder of the enduring consequences of these actions. The hunters, driven by greed and prejudice, represent the forces that perpetuated this cycle of cruelty. The Apache boy's vulnerability underscores the injustice, while Sam's willingness to defy the norms represents a path toward healing. Another element worth noting is the contrast between the physical landscape and the emotional landscape. The vast open spaces of the American West can be both beautiful and brutal. The harsh climate, the scarcity of resources, and the constant threat of danger all contribute to an environment that demands resilience and resourcefulness. In turn, Sam and Tashunk's journey becomes a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the capacity for connection and redemption remains. The narrative's exploration of survival extends beyond the physical realm, encompassing the psychological and emotional fortitude required to endure. Consider the stark contrast between Sam's initial retreat into solitude and Tashunk's forced immersion in a world of chaos. They both face the primal drive to persist, but their approaches differ dramatically. Sam seeks control through routine, a bulwark against the unpredictable. Tashunk, however, must embrace adaptability, learning to navigate an environment where every shadow conceals a threat. Furthermore, the concept of resourcefulness takes center stage in the unforgiving expanse of the American West. Survival hinges on the ability to improvise, to utilize meager resources, and to possess an intimate understanding of the land. Sam, with his years of experience, embodies this skill. He knows how to find water, how to track animals, and how to anticipate the changing weather patterns. Building upon this, however, Tashunk, drawing upon his ancestral knowledge, adds another layer of expertise. He understands the secrets of the terrain in a way Sam, despite his familiarity, never can. Consequently, their combined knowledge becomes a powerful asset against the hunters. Sam's practicality complements Tashunk's instincts, creating a formidable defense against the relentless pursuit. They forge a partnership not just of survival, but of mutual respect, each recognizing the value in the other's unique perspective. Another crucial layer is the element of risk, a constant companion in their struggle. Every decision carries the potential for dire consequences, forcing them to weigh their options carefully. The hunters represent the external forces that amplify this risk, constantly pressuring them to make impossible choices. Now, consider how this applies when confronting adversity in your own life. Think of the times you've had to adapt to unexpected circumstances, to draw upon your inner reserves of strength and resilience. Did you, like Sam, rely on established routines and knowledge? Or did you, like Tashunk, embrace change and learn from the environment around you? In any challenging situation, the ability to improvise, to remain calm under pressure, and to seek support from unexpected sources can be the key to overcoming obstacles. Conversely, the story highlights the importance of mental resilience, the capacity to withstand emotional trauma and maintain hope. Sam, scarred by his past, must confront his demons, and Tashunk, having witnessed unimaginable horrors, must find a way to heal. Their shared journey toward healing underscores the enduring power of the human spirit and the capacity for resilience even in the face of profound loss. The vast, unforgiving wilderness serves as a constant reminder of the challenges they face, yet it also becomes a space for growth, connection, and the forging of an unbreakable bond. The narrative's exploration of justice unfolds as a multifaceted concept, challenging the audience to consider its varied interpretations within a context of lawlessness and deep-seated prejudice. The traditional definition of justice, as a fair and impartial application of the law, is conspicuously absent in the world that Sam and Tashunk inhabit. Furthermore, the hunters, representing the forces of greed and vengeance, operate outside the bounds of any ethical framework. Building on this, the very act of harboring Tashunk becomes a rebellious act, a direct challenge to the prevailing norms of the time. Sam is not merely protecting a vulnerable child. He's defying the established order, risking his own safety to uphold a different standard of morality. This internal conflict between self-preservation and moral obligation adds another layer to the story. The audience is compelled to evaluate the motivations of each character, questioning the true meaning of justice when law and morality diverge. Consequently, the Apache boy's perspective offers a different lens. Highlighting the historical injustices endured by his people, he becomes a symbol of the systematic oppression, their rights denied, and their lives devalued. The hunters embody these forces, and their pursuit of Tashunk represents the continuation of this cycle. Conversely, Sam's actions, though born out of personal struggle, become a counterbalance. Another crucial layer is the concept of restorative justice, where the focus shifts from punishment to rehabilitation and healing. Sam's journey of redemption can be seen as an attempt to rectify past wrongs, to atone for the choices he made. He is not seeking revenge. He is seeking to make amends, to find a measure of peace in a world that seems determined to deny it. Now, consider how this applies when you witness injustice in your own life. Do you remain silent, or do you choose to speak out, even when it comes at a personal cost? Furthermore, consider the complexities of cultural understanding. The narrative challenges the audience to examine their own biases, prompting them to question preconceived notions about different cultures. The hunters, blinded by prejudice, see Tashunk as nothing more than a target. Sam, however, gradually learns to appreciate the boy's heritage, recognizing the inherent value in his traditions and beliefs. This evolving understanding becomes a crucial element in their shared journey. The concept of trust within the narrative presents a delicate, ever-shifting landscape, especially considering the isolating nature of Sam's existence. His initial skepticism, a natural consequence of past betrayals, casts a long shadow over his interactions, making the act of reliance a monumental undertaking. Moreover, this hesitance extends beyond personal relationships. It permeates his view of the world, influencing his every decision. Building on this, consider the inherent vulnerability of Tashunk, a young boy who has experienced the ultimate betrayal, the loss of his family and community. His survival hinges on his ability to discern friend from foe, to place his faith in an unfamiliar figure. Consequently, their relationship becomes a delicate dance, a gradual process of building confidence and mutual respect. Furthermore, the setting itself, with its harsh realities and hidden dangers, complicates this dynamic. The vastness of the wilderness, with its potential for both beauty and peril, demands a constant state of vigilance. Another crucial layer is the gradual erosion of Sam's barriers, his willingness to let down his guard. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. It is a gradual process, forged through shared experiences, mutual dependence, and the unwavering commitment to protecting Tashanko. Alternatively, consider the contrasting dynamics that unfold with the hunters, who epitomize the antithesis of trust. Their interactions are characterized by deceit, manipulation, and a complete disregard for human life. Consequently, their pursuit of Tashank serves as a constant reminder of the fragility of trust, the ease with which it can be shattered. Now consider how this applies when you're faced with a challenging situation. Do you instinctively retreat into isolation, or do you reach out to others for support? Is it easier to build walls, or to take the risk of lowering them and fostering connection? Conversely, the story underscores the significance of vulnerability, the willingness to expose one's true self. Sam, in his journey toward redemption, must shed the protective layers he has built around himself. Tashank, in turn, must learn to trust again, to believe in the possibility of safety and belonging. Their shared vulnerability becomes a catalyst for growth, a foundation upon which their unlikely friendship is built. The theme of resilience in this narrative expands beyond mere survival. It delves into the capacity to rebound from profound trauma and continue forward. Sam's experience, marked by loss and regret, has hardened him, yet it also serves as a wellspring of inner strength. His initial retreat into solitude, while a form of self-protection, also represents a deliberate act of self-preservation, a means of coping with the emotional devastation of his past. Moreover, this inner fortitude is tested when he encounters Tashank and is compelled to confront his own demons. Building on this, the Apache boy's resilience is revealed in his capacity to overcome the unimaginable. He has witnessed the decimation of his world, the loss of his family, and the constant threat of pursuit. Nevertheless, Tashank endures, drawing upon his cultural heritage and his innate survival instincts. Consequently, his resilience is not simply a matter of physical endurance. It is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. Another crucial layer is the development of a shared resilience, as Sam and Tashank forge an unlikely bond. Sam's willingness to protect Tashank and the boy's reciprocation creates a symbiotic relationship, where each draws strength from the other. Furthermore, the harsh landscape itself contributes to their resilience. The unforgiving environment demands adaptability and resourcefulness, forcing them to push beyond their limitations. Conversely, the hunters represent the forces that seek to break them, embodying the antithesis of resilience. Their unrelenting pursuit, their brutality, and their lack of empathy serve as a constant threat, challenging the very core of their survival. Now, consider how this applies when you confront adversity in your own life. Have you ever found yourself facing seemingly insurmountable challenges? Did you find yourself drawing upon inner reserves of strength? Furthermore, this narrative offers a powerful reminder that resilience is not a fixed trait, it is a skill that can be cultivated. Sam, initially resistant to change, gradually learns to embrace the unexpected. Tashank, despite his trauma, finds ways to maintain his connection to his heritage. This shared journey towards healing underscores the importance of adaptability, the ability to find meaning even in the face of loss. As we weave through the tapestry of this narrative, a profound shift emerges, akin to the subtle, yet powerful, transformation of a landscape after a storm. The initial isolation, the raw exposure to the elements, gives way to something more enduring, more resilient. The individual threads of solitude, historical injustice, and the relentless pursuit of survival, once disparate, begin to intertwine, forming a complex, intricate pattern. Drawing these strands together, we observe a remarkable interplay between internal and external forces. The rugged terrain of the American West, with its unforgiving beauty and inherent dangers, becomes a mirror reflecting the internal struggles of our characters. The vast open spaces, where secrets are easily buried and where hope is a fragile commodity, amplify their challenges and deepen their resilience. The hunter's pursuit, a relentless storm, tests the very limits of their endurance. In light of these insights, the path forward becomes clearer. The exploration of trust, a cornerstone of human connection, reveals its fragility and its power. The formation of an unlikely bond, a defiant act of compassion, serves as a testament to the enduring strength of the human spirit. The narrative's exploration of justice, a concept often distorted by prejudice and self-interest, prompts a deeper consideration of morality and the consequences of our actions. As we pivot toward the final reflection, consider the weight of responsibility and the pursuit of redemption. The rancher's journey reveals the potential for healing and the transformative power of empathy. The very act of protecting the boy becomes a path toward self-discovery, a means of reclaiming a sense of purpose. The Apache boy, in turn, finds solace and strength in an unexpected alliance. Reflecting on this journey so far, consider the universal themes that resonate within the narrative: the search for belonging, the struggle against adversity, and the enduring capacity for compassion transcend time and place, offering a message of hope. The story of the lonely rancher and the Apache boy, woven into the fabric of the unforgiving American West, reveals a truth that resonates far beyond its setting. It is a testament to the enduring power of human connection, a beacon of hope in a world often shrouded in darkness. Their journey, marked by hardship and violence, ultimately becomes a celebration of resilience, a poignant reminder that, even in the most desolate landscapes, the human spirit can flourish. We have witnessed the transformation of Samuel Jenkins, a man once defined by his solitude, into a guardian, a protector. His act of compassion, the simple act of pulling Tashunk from the icy grip of the river, sets in motion a chain of events that challenges his past, his prejudices, and his very identity. We've seen the boy, carrying the weight of his people's suffering, find solace and strength in an unlikely alliance. Their combined resilience against the odds, their willingness to challenge the established norms, and their unwavering commitment to each other become a powerful symbol of hope. The narrative's underlying message transcends the boundaries of a simple Western tale. It speaks to the universal human experience, the struggles we all face in our lives. It reminds us that even in the face of adversity, the capacity for empathy, for compassion, and for connection remains a powerful force. The vast, unforgiving landscape becomes a mirror, reflecting the internal struggles, the triumphs, and the enduring capacity of the human spirit. The story is not about the triumph of one over the other. It is about the power of two unlikely souls finding strength in each other. The true practice begins now, as we reflect on the implications of this narrative. Consider the ways in which we can cultivate empathy and understanding in our own lives, embrace the power of connection, even when it feels difficult. Perhaps, like the rancher, we can find our own paths toward redemption, and like the boy, we can discover the strength to heal and to rebuild. Let this story serve as a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can endure, and the bonds of compassion can light the